Hello, I'm Patrick. I'm here with Jacob.
What's up, guys? I'm Jacob. How we doing?
This will start our interview here at Colectivo.
Yep.
So how often do you come to coffee shops to do homework or study?
That's a great question, Tui. Or Patrick, sorry. Patrick. There's a really nice coffee shop just on state called Sunroom Cafe. I got Hispanic roots and they sell like really good Venezuelan food there. So maybe once a semester I'll go in there, have a coffee, have like an arepa, study. But so I'd say the average is maybe once a semester, maybe twice.
Nice. So why do you choose a coffee shop over with home or libraries?
So when I'm at the coffee shop Sunroom Cafe we're at Colectivo now, we're not at Sunroom. But when I'm studying at the coffee shop over there, like I said, I like the ambiance. It's a Hispanic-run coffee shop, so they have the soccer games on. Everyone's speaking Spanish. There's a pretty diverse crowd. They got good music going. It's normally quieter, which is nice. And just having food and coffee when you're studying right there is a big plus. So sometimes libraries are too quiet. I'm not really a library guy. I'd rather study at home. But if I had to go study somewhere, it would be a coffee shop for those reasons that I mentioned just now.
So do you ever feel that coffee shops have a lot of distractions? Like I know you mentioned TV sometimes on, or a lot of times right now there's a good amount of music. And how does this affect like what place you go to?
So I would say the TVs are a distraction, but for example, I don't know if you guys can hear, there's music going right now. I can only really study when there's music going. So if I don't have headphones, I'll just listen to the live music that the coffee shops providing. But yeah, it is definitely a little more rambunctious compared to maybe a library or at home or an office space or something like that. There's more people. Sometimes I get distracted just people watching, and that could be, that could take away from some serious study time, serious study hours. So yeah, I guess does that answer the question?
I guess is there like this? Yeah, actually, yeah, it does. So do you usually choose like a specific place in like the coffee shop when you're studying? Is it a corner?
Yeah, we go corner booth for sure. Just like near a window maybe. I just like kind of being near an outlet, of course. So on any of those corners, I just like the sofas that are comfy, the cushiony seats in the booths, and I don't know, it just feels more of like an office space and being boxed in. So psychologically, I think it kind of helps me as well.
Nice. Do you think like being like just around other people as well while you're in like a coffee shop helps with that office feel?
Yeah, because usually there's other people just in coffee shops doing work, and kind of seeing other people grinding and just getting their work done at a place like a coffee shop kind of gets me going and helps me put the pedal to the metal and try to do as much work as efficiently I can, surrounding myself with people doing the same thing.
So what would you say is like your differences in the productivity as opposed to maybe like coffee shop to a library and then coffee shop to like home?
I'd say, I'm least productive probably in a coffee shop, but that's not saying I'm not getting work done. Library, if I'm studying in a study group with friends, I'd say I'd be more productive than being at a coffee shop. But I can only really, for some reason, only study with friends in the library. For example, our friend group, we like going to college library, first floor quiet room. It's usually kind of our spot. And I'd only go to the library if we're doing that. If not, I'd rather be studying at home. I have a nice desk in my room. I have a single, so I have my own space. I have a nice window, outlets. I have a speaker for music. Kind of just perfect and ideal for me. Everyone has, what they want in a place of study, but that's kind of my way to go. So if I had to rank the three, I'd go home, library, and then coffee shop for the reasons that I just specified.
But you think it's like nice to just change it up every once in a while?
You need to change it up. That's a good point. You have to change it up. You can't be, it's kind of, in my opinion, psychotic if you're in the same study spot for the whole semester. It's actually, I think there's studies that say it's beneficial that you mix it up. So yeah, I'd go coffee shop. Like I said, once or twice a semester. We'd go library sometimes. We'd go home office space, home desk space. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good to switch it up. And then sometimes I'll freestyle and then maybe study outside or find a weird, like, for example, Science Hall. No one's ever been there before, but they've got this really cool basement, and I've studied there a few times. Kind of feels like a high school gym, which kind of brings back memories of my glory days. So,
let's see. So when you study in like a coffee shop, do you usually come alone or do you come with friends? And how does this impact your work?
I've done both. I've come alone. I think I've done a lot more done alone. Obviously, when your friends are in a social place like a coffee shop, you're talking, you're kind of messing around, you're getting sidetracked or procrastinating. So yeah, I think studying in a coffee shop's best when alone, just because you're locked in. You only have yourself in there, and yeah.
So are there any like specific features that you look for? Like, say, I know that you've mentioned sunroom, but like if you were to go to a new coffee shop, is there something specific that you'd look for in it just to study, or does it really matter?
Yeah. A lot of sunlight, natural light coming in for sure. I'm big on that. Maybe the lighting can be just right when I'm reading my textbook. No, I'm just kidding. The lighting definitely has to be good. Obviously, several different variations of scones and coffee.
Scones.
I'm a big scone guy. Blueberry, strawberry, vanilla bean, any of those. For my favorite study snack. Obviously coffee. Then you have coffee there if I'm doing like a late night or something, or an all day coffee at a coffee shop would be nice. And then what else? Lots of outlets. And then maybe a little quieter. Like the coffee shop we're in right now is a little too busy for me.
Yeah,
it's got two floors. There's music.
Almost
it's right in the heart of right in the heart of State Street. So you're seeing a lot of distractions. But so maybe definitely a smaller venue for sure, opposed to a bigger coffee shop.
Okay.
So yeah, those.
Do you think when you study in a coffee shop, is it like a specific day? Like I know now it's like kind of like a Saturday. It's not really on par for us to usually like study.
Yeah.
In a
so,
coffee shop, but, like would you say
this
like,
semester
being right here is distracting or no?
Like right now,
like across from State Street and Rocks.
Yeah, it's definitely distracting. But when I go to sunroom, it's kind of like on the upstairs floor, and it kind of overlooks State Street, but you're not seeing all the people walking around. You're just seeing like the buildings and stuff. So it's really not distracting in that sense. Yeah.
Okay. So would you say you like take a lot of breaks while you're studying in a coffee shop as opposed to like home or a library, or less because
I think I do take more breaks, I'd say, because if I want a snack or something, go buy it. Yeah, have a scone break, or if I need a refill on coffee, I'll just like wait for that, or wait for, and then at that point just be on my phone. If there's music going like this, I'll kind of just listen to the music, scroll on my phone. Quick access to the bathrooms, we'll do more bathroom breaks probably. If my friends come in, I'd just butt into conversation or happen to say a little chit chat for a little bit. So those are kind of the bigger distractions in my experience that I've picked up on me studying in coffee shops.
So, have you ever had any like really bad experiences in a coffee shop while studying, or like challenges or something?
Yeah. So when I was studying at Sunroom Cafe just over there, there was a big soccer final that I didn't know about, playing on all the TVs, and there was a lot of soccer fans that came to watch. And I had like a big exam the next day. I came there to study. It was just very loud. It felt like a sports bar rather than a coffee shop. So I had to leave, but still my favorite spot. All love to Sunroom Cafe.
There you go. So how do you prepare for studying at a coffee shop? Is there any specific preparations you do? Maybe bring like specific technology, materials, maybe an extra long charging cord?
Yeah. We'll bring the charging cords for sure. Got to get that water bottle filled up. Usually just fill it up with ice and then have them fill it up with a tap. Bring some extra cash for snacks and stuff, obviously. Get my stretchers in. Yep. Yeah, we're good.
What type of tasks do you find most suited for like a coffee shop? Would you say it's like studying for like an exam, or maybe like as opposed to like writing an essay, or like maybe doing some like practice problems? What would you say?
Personally, exam studying is not the best for coffee shops, just because you really need to focus there. I'd say the best type of work you can be doing is sort of busy work, problem sets. Even writing an essay, honestly, like you can just
Something where you can kind of just like zone out real quick
Yeah.
if you need to.
Stuff where you could be on autopilot or not be as focused.
As your first step.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. For sure.
How does like the time of day affect your preference for studying at a coffee shop? Obviously, you're not going to go at night. Are there like certain times when you find it like maybe relative to like when you wake up? Or
From my experiences, yeah, it'd be like if I have a later schedule, like a later day, let's say like my first class starts at 1 and then you get some work done, I'd go to a coffee shop opposed to a library. In the morning, for the hours leading up to first class, I'd just be in there and then walk over to class and start the day.
Okay, maybe like get some breakfast.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just convenient.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So it's a matter of like convenience.
Yeah, convenience and kind of depending on how my schedule looks like.
Okay. So how important would you say? I know you mentioned outlets are very important.
Yeah. It's one.
What would you say would you say Wi-Fi is also equally as important?
That's the number one. If your coffee shop doesn't have Wi-Fi, what are you doing? Like, that's like the main reason people come to your coffee shop, besides the coffee, to sit down and do some work or whatever. Yeah. That is the number one. It needs Wi-Fi. It needs outlets. It needs scones.
Okay, yeah, that's actually the next question. Is so do food and beverage options influence your choice in a coffee shop?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned scones and coffee. Is there any like specific type of like? Would you rather choose like specific about like the type of coffee? Like I know Starbucks sells like a different.
Yeah. So for coffee shops, obviously we're gonna go ice cold brew or something like that. Maybe if I'm feeling crazy, I'll throw in some vanilla in there or something. But what the most important thing is, like I said, with the schedules, like if I were to go to a coffee shop in the first place, it'd be like to start the day and get breakfast. So breakfast items are the most important thing in terms of food and beverage, along with the coffee.
Okay. Can you describe one very positive or particularly productive study experience that you had in a coffee shop, and what would you say contributed to success?
Yeah, last year my major is operations and technology management and entrepreneurship. It's a double major within the business school. My group and I, for a project in my OTM class, had a final project due the next day. And we went to the coffee shop and we were there for maybe from like early morning to mid-afternoon, just grinding out this assignment, having coffee, sharing laughs, getting good work done, working efficiently. And the next day, and like we've been rehearsing the coffee shop because it's more of a busier coffee vibe like this one right here. There's people talking and stuff. So we practice our presentation, practice our points, whatever. We felt really confident. We didn't even look at it the next day when we went up to present. We ended up placing first in the case competition within the class. So that was cool.
Do you have any like specific strategies to secure like a spot in a coffee shop? Like what do you do? You come in, it's super busy, or do you find like that maybe you'll show up a little early to?
Yeah, we're gonna go early. I just want to say that I would bring this up. You don't want to be the guy that is solo at a 5-person coffee, like a 5-person table. You never want to be that guy. You gotta be courteous, So I try to find an open single seat, open desk. But yeah, these coffee shops, especially on state, especially near campus, really fill up quickly. So you got to get there early, get lucky. Like we lucked out with this seat. Honestly, this was the last seat in the house before the interview. Yeah.
So I guess you already answered this one. Do you use headphones or earplugs?
Oh yeah.
When you're in a coffee shop, I know you mentioned your speaker at home.
Yeah.
What do you use when?
So if the music here is like good, like it's like lo-fi beats, like good steady music, I'll just like take the earphones off. But like if it's a quieter coffee shop or if there's too many people talking, I'll put the noise cancelers on, the AirPods. I'll always have them with me, so I think it's a necessity that you do bring your headphones.
How does the physical comfort of the seating table affect how long you stay at the coffee shop? I know you mentioned sofas.
The chairs, the where you sit is the most important part in my opinion. you want to be comfortable when you're studying. You know, you
I know the desks can sometimes be small for
small,
people,
and then the chairs could just be like wooden and uncomfortable. So like the ones we're on right now.
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah, I
stay
mean,
here for a long time.
yeah, they'll get the job done, but I'm looking for maybe cushion seats or like a couch or something. You want to be comfortable.
Yeah. Let's see. I think you already answered this one about like maybe study groups, like when you're prepping for your project. You say you do that pretty often.
I mean, yeah, the one time we did it was very productive. Like it's a social space that like welcomes socializing, opposed to maybe a library or something. So we were able to really talk, and we had a big table, and everyone minded their own business, and we did what we had to do. So I think it's definitely welcomes group projects and collaboration. If you want to do something like that, like a project in a coffee shop, it's the way to go.
Would you say you notice any differences in like how you think when you're in a coffee shop? Maybe it's like you're more creative.
Yeah,
in a coffee shop,
and then
it's a different environment.
Exactly that, and then also seeing the other people working on their own things and just really doing a good job, and like just seeing them grind out their work, just like kind of gets influences you, inspires you to be on their page and do a good job too.
Yeah. How do you manage your consumption when you're in a coffee shop? Like for eating, I know you said you love scones.
Yeah. So what we try, we're on a strict 3 scone per visit limit, but we also, coffee. I mean, it's not like I'm not proud of it, but I can't really go a day without coffee. So, or caffeine in some port. I'm a college kid, so you understand. But yeah, we'll do like a cup or two of coffee, maybe a breakfast to start, or maybe like a brunchy item like a scone. But we're not going overboard. We're broke college kids. We're on a budget, so.
Yeah. Do you use any specific apps to aid your study sessions?
What was that?
Do you use any specific apps to aid your study sessions? Maybe like Spotify or things for music?
We'll use Spotify.
Use any like timers?
Oh yeah. We'll use the timer. We'll use the reminders app. Say like I schedule a coffee shop study session or something like that. Remind me to do this at this time. Yeah. So in case I forget something, like that notification will pop up and I'll remember to do it when I'm here. Yeah. So those two, Spotify and the reminders app, are the two big ones for me.
How do you handle interruptions or conversations from like the staff? Well, has that ever happened?
It's like brief, like they'll come around, ask if you need anything. I'll be like, no, thank you, like that's it. And then, sometimes I'll yell out a person's name and I'll like, get distracted for like a second, but it really doesn't affect me. I kind of just, especially with the noise canceling AirPods, or if I'm really focused, like I honestly just ignore it. It doesn't faze me.
Yeah. Would you say you ever choose like a coffee shop for sustainability purposes, like maybe they use reusable cups or something?
Yeah, I mean we're earth conscious here. We love Earth. So
I know Sunroom uses glass, right?
Yeah, they use glass.
Yeah, they use glass and all silverware, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that as I'm drinking a plastic cup. Yeah. Sunroom's all glass, like exactly silverware. Yeah. Most of these coffee shops do use like Earth cups, for example, is kind of big on campus, and paper straws, I guess. Those have been making their surge around campus too. So it's not like I'm looking for it, but if they have it, it's an added plus, and I'll happily consume.
How would you say that the design of the coffee shop influences your choice of studying, or music, maybe like certain like music colors?
Like if it's an aesthetically pleasing coffee shop, like obviously that's a huge plus, just because it's more. I think it has something to do with you feeling more comfortable and stuff like that. At least for me. So we're looking for like cool patterns and like colors, maybe more like wood or like a certain smell, like the smell of coffee kind of gets me going too. And so yeah, stuff like that.
Nice. Have you ever faced any like comfort issues, like the music being too loud, or like maybe the lighting being too bright while you've been in a coffee shop?
Oh yeah, like when it's usually just the noise levels, like that soccer example that I used, and the game going. Sometimes the music's a little too loud. Sometimes people are being a little too chatty. So we'll just we'll just do that. We'll use the headphones to block it out, or we'll just switch to another coffee shop. I got a couple that I go to.
All right. Well, thank you for interviewing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, this is Sergeant.